I think it's here to stay for the convenience and the value it adds. And I think it's going to be here long after coronavirus.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 things we should keep doing after the pandemic is over.
We're not allowed to shake. I got two.
Engage in small business. Do your business there.
The point is, you gotta squeeze every penny.
For this list, we're looking at productive practices people have picked up during the COVID-19 pandemic. Even after the pandemic ends, these customs should remain a part of everyday life. Are there any healthy hobbies you've adopted during the pandemic? Let us know in the comments. Number 10, supporting local businesses. From restaurants to hairdressers to boutiques, no local business has been untouched since the pandemic started.
My fear is that these doors won't open and the people won't come through.
In July 2020, a MetLife and U.S. Chamber of Commerce poll found that 58% of small businesses may have to close forever because of fallout from COVID-19. Many consumers went out of their way to aid local businesses by purchasing gift cards, sharing positive reviews online, and ordering deliveries when possible. Government grants have also helped the lucky ones.
Eastman received $120,000 in May, but that money is about to run out.
The money from PPP expires in 2 weeks. What are you going to do?
Well,
Even before the pandemic hit, starting any business was a financial risk. So if there's a little spot in town you're passionate about, support it as long as the doors are open, figuratively speaking or otherwise.
Engage in small business. Do your business there. If you've got a local hardware store, go to the local hardware store. Don't go to the big boys. The big boys stayed open during all this stuff. We didn't.
Number 9, appreciating nature. Netflix can only make hanging around the house tolerable for so long. In the past, we'd maybe go to the mall to relieve our boredom.
Ladies, you know what this means.
Due to the pandemic, though, a lot of people chose to avoid crowded public places and instead take advantage of the great outdoors. In September 2020, a one-poll survey found that more than 50% of Americans had developed a newfound respect for nature since the pandemic began. People have discovered new hiking trails, taken camping trips, and stopped to literally smell the roses. Nature walks are an ideal way for people to clear their minds and benefit one's physical and mental health.
I think getting out here and getting some fresh air just gives you a chance to get away from it all, clear your head, and focus on the things that are around you instead of things like the news or the four walls of your house, which feel like they're closing in on me.
Whether you prefer exploring solo or with a small group of loved ones, we shouldn't forget about Mother Nature.
Is there anybody here? Guess not!
Number 8, working from home when possible. For many, for example those in retail, working at home sadly simply isn't an option. Had the pandemic taken place pre-internet, this would have been the case for countless others as well. Thankfully, the web has provided a safety net for some.
Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Morgan Stanley, and Zillow, all extending work-from-home options for employees. Visa, Spotify, and Shopify are letting people work from home through at least the end of the year. In a March 2020 study, research firm Gartner found that 74% of businesses would permanently move at least 5% of on-site workers to remote positions. We can see the upside. It means saving money on office space, less time in rush hour traffic, and being able to make spreadsheets in your pajamas.
And if the office ceases to be the center of working life, the idea of working set hours, or the 9 to 5, will become less meaningful.
Although working remotely isn't ideal for everyone, the pandemic has shown us all the importance of being able to adapt. It's also taught us about the advantages of Zoom and other telecommunication services.
Oh no.
Me.
No. No, please don't bring it into the bathroom. We can see you always.
I didn't know.
Number 7, taking up new hobbies. As the world around us changed, a lot of people adopted new hobbies to pass the time and forget about their worries. In some cases, these new skills have even helped us grow as individuals.
I actually just started running outside. I've never done that before, but this gave me the opportunity to do that.
Instead of ordering takeout every night, people have pursued creative outlets such as cooking and baking. Gardening is not only a relaxing hobby, it'll also leave you with a beautiful view to look at while munching on freshly grown fruits and vegetables.
Because of COVID-19, interest in gardening has really spiked here in the River Valley.
I get at least 5 to 6 families a day coming through here.
Whether it's learning a musical instrument, catching up on video games, or tie-dyeing t-shirts, the pandemic has given us an opportunity to explore our passions and even unearth new talents. Let's all continue to hone our hobbies. Number 6, keeping up with doctor appointments. Nobody likes going to the doctor.
Now, Donald, take it easy.
It takes time out of our busy schedules. Some of us have to pay out of pocket, and it's so awkward whenever we have to wear those hospital gowns. There's also, of course, the anxiety that the doctor may have bad news.
It's a malignant tumor. A tumor? Yes. Me? Yes.
But it's also crucial to stay on top of your health. That said, we understand the fear of catching something from another patient in that waiting room. Fortunately, the pandemic has introduced many to the convenience of virtual doctor visits, an innovation we should all keep in mind.
I think it's here to stay for the convenience and the value it adds. And I think it's going to be here long after coronavirus.
Number 5, staying in touch with loved ones. Chances are you have at least one close friend or family member who you haven't seen in person since early 2020. There's a difference between social distancing and physical distancing, though. If self-quarantining has taught us anything, it's that we can maintain meaningful relationships while staying 6 feet or more apart. People have accomplished this through watch parties, virtual happy hours, and Zooming on a regular basis.
Yeah, desperate times make you do weird things like video happy hours with all your friends.
These are all laid-back activities that we wouldn't mind making into traditions. Of course, we do look forward to the day that we can hang out at a bar or restaurant without worrying. But whatever you prefer, the important thing is that we're finding new ways to stay connected.
Video conferencing is by far the main way we're staying close. It's connecting generations.
I miss you, son.
I miss you too.
Number 4, paying attention to politics. It's easy for some to assume that their vote doesn't matter because every politician is the same.
So I have solved this little political dilemma for myself in a very simple way. On election day, I stay home. I don't vote.
As the pandemic dragged on with no clear end in sight, however, more and more people started to take a newfound interest in politics. A key talking point has been how world leaders responded to the pandemic, or failed to respond in various cases.
A president who had a brain in his head would have brought the scientists together and say, look, how serious is this threat? What do we do? What do we do now?
To be fair, even history's greatest leaders would have had a difficult time containing COVID-19 completely. By staying informed, taking responsibility, and electing the most qualified individuals to office, the voting public may be able to secure our world's future.
And when I say voting, I'm not only talking about the president. We could vote for mayors, we could vote for judges, and we could also vote for DAs, district attorneys.
Number 3, exercising daily. For those who work 40+ hours per week and have a long commute, finding the time to exercise is understandably difficult. Since COVID-19 has changed most of our schedules, however, many have finally found the time to work out.
It's important to A, keep our stress level down, but B, also keep our health up and keep us strong. Don't let our muscles become sedentary since we're staying at home. We need to keep up our fitness level for better health.
When you're cooped up in the house for most of the day, going for a jog can be as invigorating as it is healthy.
Pick a time of day and a route where you won't likely have close contact with other exercisers. And keep in mind, you definitely don't want to be directly behind someone for an extended period of time.
If you were a gym regular before self-quarantining, there's little doubt that you found other ways to stay in shape. Some broke out their yoga mats, while others put that old treadmill in the basement to good use. Even after the pandemic is over, we're always going to have stress in our lives, and exercise is a great way to manage it.
Both the WHO and the CDC recommend people stay indoors, but again, if you do go outside to exercise, make sure you practice physical distancing.
Number 2, washing hands and being diligent about hygiene.
Jerry, tonight you in for a real treat. I'm personally going to prepare the dinner for you and my Audrey.
On the one hand, we're kind of disturbed. Were some people not washing their hands before this all went down? Well, it may have taken a pandemic, but more people are taking notice of their hygiene, as well as customs that most of us didn't think twice about before. For the longest time, handshakes have been a staple of every job interview and business deal. Given our experiences with COVID, however, we think it's time to officially retire this practice in favor of the elbow bump.
We're not allowed to shake. I got to.
You might also want to think twice about sharing a water bottle with someone, or other once common, potentially germy practices.
the handrail on public transit, the change you get when you buy something.
Thank you.
It goes on and on.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. No more blowing out birthday candles over the whole cake. Just blow out one candle on an individual slice.
Researchers slathered icing on 2 fake birthday cakes, had people blow out the candles on one of them, and they found blowing on the candles increased the amount of bacteria on that cake by 1,400.
Wearing face masks when sick. It's the considerate and safe thing to do.
This gives 2 levels of protection. First, it blocks droplets that could carry germs from leaving the mask when someone breathes out. Second, if any droplets do leave the person's mask, they are blocked from entering the nose or mouth of other people by the masks they are wearing.
Saving money for a rainy day or a rainy pandemic.
The point is, you gotta squeeze every penny.
Prioritizing family and friends. Sometimes distance can bring people closer together.
Guys, I don't know if I ever told you this, but, well, I love you guys. Except for you, Kev.
Being kind. The world needs it.
You were the only one that was ever nice to me. Yeah.
Want more Mojo? Ms. Mojo produces original, high-quality pop culture-related videos on all your favorite movies and shows. Plus, celebrity news, fashion, lifestyle, and more.
Hey guys, it's Phoebe with Ms. Mojo.
My name is Sam.
My name is Eliza.
And I'm Emily.
I'm Rebecca, and welcome to Ms. Mojo.
If you want videos on all the best reality shows, teen dramas, Disney movies, and sitcoms, be sure to check out Ms. Mojo for new videos every day.
Number 1. Being prepared for the future. This pandemic will end eventually, but it would be foolish to think that COVID-19 will magically disappear one day.
It's going away. No, it'll go away like things go away. Absolutely.
It would be equally irresponsible to assume that the worst is behind us. Reading about the Spanish flu and the Black Death in history class, most of us jumped to the conclusion that nothing like that could ever happen in this day and age.
Societies have been dealing with pandemics for as long as we have lived in cities, and we have learned a lot from that history. For instance, we have learned that many epidemics can be controlled through isolation and quarantine.
While COVID-19 hasn't claimed as many lives as those epidemics, this ordeal has been eye-opening nonetheless. The world wasn't ready for a pandemic of this magnitude. And while there are no overnight solutions, humanity needs to invest in the proper precautions going forward. As individuals, we can prepare ourselves by taking everything we've learned from this pandemic and applying it to our everyday lives.
That human ability to take a much worse situation and craft it into the institutions and the economic growth and innovation that we've had between World War II and now, I hope that this looks like that.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.